Rob and Slim Show.
Nexus of good and evil, Robin Slim.
What is going on, Peter?
Peter, give us 1 sec. We are just coming back.
Okay, man.
I don't know. Here we go.
Yeah, I turned your music down.
Yeah, turn it back up for the next break
Yes.
before you forget. All right, Rob and Slim Show. We are back with Entrepreneur Peter Mehit. How are you, Peter?
Oh, boy, I'm better than Sin. How are you guys?
Better than Slim? We're good.
Better than Sin.
Sin, he said.
I'm not better than Slim.
Everyone's better than Slim. Except for the Driz. The Driz is, yeah, we don't know. We don't know Peter. But Peter, thank you. Thank you for coming on. I am so glad we get to talk to you again. Not only that you were one of our first guests, and this is our last season, but also since the last time we spoke, you had a heart attack, correct?
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. So you haven't talked to me since the big event.
I feel like that. I feel like that happened shortly after we talked to you, and I was like, oh my God.
It was you guys that did it.
We're heart attack inducing.
Oh, man.
Heart attack inducing show. Robin Slim. Your life isn't bad enough. Listen to this show, I'll tell you.
Damn.
Let's go get an
it
intro.
actually turned out to be a pretty inspiring event, kind of. My cat followed me around the house yelling at me all day long, and I'm going, what's wrong? As I held my chest in pain because I was in total denial I was having this heart attack.
Yeah.
And so then, you know that effect when the hallway, it's a horror movie, and all of a sudden as you're walking down the hallway gets longer?
Yeah.
So as I'm leaving my house to go to the emergency room, this hall gets longer and longer and longer. And then I go down to the garage to get my car, and I feel like I'm walking uphill to the car. Well, it's downhill to my car.
Wow.
And then I get to the emergency room, and all the lights are out except for the light right in front of me. And I'm going, why is the emergency room so fucking dark? I don't get it. Well, because the lights were going out for me.
Wow. And you drove yourself?
They said to me, no, my wife drove me over.
Oh, okay.
And so they put these leads on me, and they go, hey, you're experiencing cardiac death, and probably 30 to 50% of your heart's involved, and we're going to take you down to the cath lab. So they slam an IV in my arm. They run me down the hall. They rip off my hoodie and my T-shirt, run me down the hall full speed, get to the elevator, rip off the rest of my clothes, put in another IV, and take me down to this cath lab that the only way I can describe it, it looks like the place where Ripley fought the alien in Aliens.
Okay.
It's all this dark metal and shit. It's really high tech and all these scanners and shit. And
There's an airlock.
guy comes up to me, huh?
I said there's an airlock.
Yeah, airlock, yeah, right. And the thing's hiding right behind it. You can hear it. Anyway, guy comes up to me with a clipboard and he says, hey, let me explain this to you. I said, dude, I'm going to sign anything you put in front of me.
Yeah.
You don't waste the time. I'm fucking dying. Yeah. Just do it. And so he puts his thumbs up. He goes, okay, cool. So they put me in there, and I'm there, and I have this idea that these doctors are way up in the sky, like they're 4 or 5 feet above me. But in reality, they're right there next to me because they're running a rod up my fucking artery, right?
Mm.
And the guy's looking at it, he's going, oh, yeah, that's kind of bad. That looks really badly blocked. This one's good. That one's good. Oh, but you're really blocked here. And the other doctor says, well, if you push through that and it breaks through, he's going to have a stroke. And I'm going, oh, gee, that feels great. And so they give me this drug and they do this, put a stent in my heart. And I'm telling you, when they opened up that stent, it literally felt like I had 9 orgasms at one time. It's the greatest feeling of my entire fucking life, being brought back to life like that.
Wow.
Was crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy good.
Holy shit.
So after that, when they're wheeling me back out of there, I'm saying, I love everybody. I love you. It's like, it was really sad how I was, oh, I'm going to love everybody. And then after that, I've been great. I feel better than I felt in 20 years.
Cool.
Wonderful.
Had you had, you talked about the day that it happened. Did you have any, warning at all? Did you feel off at all before? Or had you felt
I
normal?
felt bad for about 4 days.
Oh, wow.
I felt bad for a long time. Anybody, it's like something like that, you just kind of go into denial about it. You say, oh, no, it's indigestion, it's this, it's that. It's like I'm literally holding my chest going, God, why do I feel so crappy? And I could have gone to the emergency room at any point. And while this guy's doing this procedure, he goes, oh, my God, we got this wire through. You were 99% blocked. And I was blocked in a spot where, had it closed all the way off, I'd been dead in 10 minutes.
Wow.
So I came really close to dying. And what I can tell your audience is, don't fuck around. If you have anything like that where you feel, by the way, all the classic heart attack symptoms, shooting pain, pressure in the chest, I had none of that. What got me to the hospital was my teeth felt like they were plugged into the wall outlet. It felt like the electricity was going through them.
Wow. Yeah, no, I figured you were going to say you had them. And wow.
No, I didn't have any of them. What I had back pain, really bad back pain, which I ignored all day. And then when my teeth felt like I was plugged into a wall outlet, I went, I better go to the hospital.
Yeah, like back pain. You could have just slept funny. Wow.
Yeah, anything can cause that.
Yeah.
Anything can cause that. And you know what? When they fixed my heart, all my back pain went away. In fact, a whole bunch of pain that I used to have went away.
Wow. That's good to hear, though. And I'm glad you survived, Peter. Wow. And
so I had to survive. You guys can't go out. You can't stop your show because then I'm going to die.
Wow. That's a wait. That's a wait.
Yeah, that's right. Let me put that on you. You have to keep going. It's like, you guys are going to be like there. It's like, oh, God, I hate this fucking thing. But we can't do this to Peter. We got to stay on.
Right.
Robin Slim saved my life.
Yeah, that's right. Or you'll say, fuck that guy. We're going to.
Oh, no, we would never say that, Peter. Yeah. You're amazing. Oh, my gosh. And I know last we had spoke, you said your business and all were doing great. Is it still the case?
Still the case. It's really a weird time because I can't call which direction is going. Are we going up? Are we going down?
That's what I was going to ask you.
People are quitting their jobs.
People are walking out of jobs left and right, like at the highest percentage ever because they're overworked and more is expected of them, and there's just not as many of them in the workforce. So, like, that's what I was wondering. Like, is this going to be like almost as long as a pandemic? Is it just going to keep going like this and the inflation and all? I know that's due to less workers, but they're also, I feel like some companies are producing stuff way slower just to make more money.
Well, you're accusing American corporate interests of profiteering? How dare you? they've ever done that before.
Never. Never.
I just got through binge watching Westworld. And I kind of feel like we're in, as badly written as season 3 was of that show, I kind of feel like we're there now, where a bunch of people are awake to how fucked the system is in relationship to them, and how really they have power if they kind of unite. I mean, there's a do-over on the union vote for that Amazon warehouse in Mississippi because of the way that Amazon handled it. And they're probably going to win that union vote. And I would be willing to bet you in the next 5 to 10 years that you're going to see a big resurgence of unions in all kinds of industries. And it's because people realize the pandemic opened everybody's eyes to how badly they were being screwed. And you know how? Because waiters were treated like shit.
Yes.
Grocery workers were treated like shit. First responders, people won't get vaccinated. And people are dying in hospitals. And so it's like the workers are finally going, oh my God, wow, we really are getting a crap deal. This whole American dream thing, maybe it's kind of a nightmare that nobody actually can wake up from. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next. What happens in the next year is really, really critical. Because if the government breaks and becomes really kind of fascist and authoritarianism, then it's gonna set a lot of things back. But if it doesn't break that way, and the government stays relatively free, then you're going to see a lot of equalization because people are tired of individuals owning their own space programs. It's crazy.
Yeah. Me and Slim were just speaking earlier today just about the fact that workers in retail and all were making, they're making about $10 more now than they were only a few years ago, only about a year and a half ago. Like, it's just, now they're worth something. Like, it's crazy.
Well, and the thing about it is everybody's got to make a living wage.
Yes.
And if you don't find a way to do that, then you're going to have a lot of problems. And we've been having problems for a long time. And it's what George Carlin used to call the illusion of choice, right? It's like you can get 55 different kinds of salad dressing and 300 different kinds of sneakers, but you only get 2 bad choices for president, right? And so that illusion of choice is kind of wallpapered over how bad it is for the average person, right?
Yes.
And I think that the pandemic has kind of like, wow, we're all kind of all in this together. And if we don't see that we're all in this together, then we're really screwed.
Yeah.
But I was in Switzerland, and I was in Switzerland a while ago. It was like, the thing about it is like, I had a problem. I got hurt on the flight over, and I went to the emergency room, and it cost me $1,400. Over here, it would have cost me $22,000 at least. Wow. And I didn't see any homeless people, and everybody has health care, and they have a guaranteed wage, even if they're not working.
That's
but
what I say all the time.
Like,
people are so afraid of the systems, like the socialist systems, but they've been using them over there. They've been working. They're not. These are first world countries, and everyone's so against it, and just buys into all the fear over here. Like it's gonna ruin us.
Well, who's whipping them into a frenzy, right? It's like that the Rage Against the Machine album. Who laughs last, right? Who's the one laughing last? Who's the one picking up all the benefit? And it's this whole thing, the racial divide, the political divide. That's all bullshit. Those are things that are done by the owners of this country to keep us fighting each other while they pick our pocket. Yeah.
And they're all funded. Both sides are funded by the same organization,
right?
The companies that fund political presidential, when they run, they're funded by both sides. They get money from the same organizations. Like it's crazy.
Jeffrey Epstein's airplane is all you need to know about politics in America, because the flight logs, if you actually had an accurate flight log, you would find that there were people from every persuasion, politically, economically, on those planes, because they all wanted young girls. So the real club, which none of us are in, they all have the same interest. And so it's like, and Westworld is a really good metaphor for that, because they've created all of these storylines. They've created these white supremacist storylines. They've created a middle class storyline. They've created go to college and you're going to get your ticket punch and get everything you want storyline. And none of them, they're all becoming not true because they're so fucking greedy. And they're sucking every dime out of the system. Yeah. So now you can go to college and spend $60,000 in education and not get a job.
Yes, or get the same job that any other jerk has. You get the same job anyone else has.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, and now you owe all that money for college. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
That's right. Yeah, so actually I'm on your show to foment a revolution, actually. What I'm here for. And it kind of makes me glad in a way that I'm older, because the challenges in the next decade are going to be pretty extreme, and I think people need to kind of gird themselves for them, because they're going to be not going to be business as usual. It already isn't. It already isn't. We'll see.
I'm going to derail the conversation a little bit. So, how many seasons of Westworld are there now?
3.
3. Okay, I only saw the first. Is it worth watching the other 2?
The first one's brilliant.
I thought so. Yeah.
Brilliant. Just deep questions about philosophy, free will, man's inherent nature. Brilliant. It's like reading Kierkegaard and all the other stuff together. It's really great. And Nietzsche all at one time. The second season, it's kind of good. Third season, I love Aaron Paul, but fuck you guys. They just went completely off the rails. So, there's a 4th season coming. I don't even know if I'll watch it.
Who was the guy? What is his name? The Hannibal Lecter. He was a main character in the first season.
Oh, Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. He was amazing. That's all I remember from Westworld, is how amazing Anthony Hopkins was.
He really is amazing. But name a film you've seen and you didn't like him. Silence of the Lambs. Oh my God.
Good movie.
I mean, he's an amazing talent. It's going to be a bummer when he's gone.
And I saw Peter. I saw you at posted on Facebook, and we haven't been on in about a month, so we haven't really touched on it. But how'd you feel about that piece of garbage, Kyle Rittenhouse? Just the verdict, all that.
Oh God!
Did you see the videos? Did you see the videos from
saw
before? Like, and it's just like, wow, what a little piece of shit. What a little piece of shit.
Well, here's the thing. I watched live streams of citizen journalists. I've been watching them for 3 years. I've been watching them ever since Ferguson.
Okay.
So I kind of know in depth a lot more about what goes on at these demonstrations than the average person who's fed regular media.
Yes.
Kyle Rittenhouse, I think Kyle Rittenhouse in a way is kind of a good thing. I think what happened is bad. It's a huge miscarriage of justice. The judge set that up for him to be acquitted.
Yes.
But if you follow him now, he's kind of really doing some damage to the movement that supported him.
That's what I wonder,
he's
though.
just on
Like,
Fox.
is he going to, or is he still in their pocket, though? Because, like, at one point he's bad-mouthing one of them, but he's also going on, like, Tucker Carlson's show. Like, it's weird. It's weird,
Well, he's just a kid, right?
Well,
yeah.
Well, he's 18 years old, but
Yeah.
where's he going to go? He's going to go, I mean, clearly he's being pimped, and he's chafing at being pimped. And that's a problem because he wants to keep his soul, but he's already sold it.
And,
And so he's on Tucker Carlson, but he's saying, I support Black Lives Matter. He goes on One News America and he says going to Kenosha was a bad idea, and if I had it to do over again, I would have never done it, and I was wrong for being there. So he's kind of trying to have his cake and eat it too. I predict he won't be allowed to.
Yes.
But I think that what it does is, like everything else that's going on, it exposes how deep this chasm is and how there are literally about 20 to 25% of Americans that are ready for a bloodletting in the street to make their point.
Yeah.
And I think if people don't think it's that bad, they are not paying attention because this guy just literally got away with murder.
Yeah.
Literally got away with murder.
Went out there to basically shoot black people and didn't. That's what I was wondering. Like, is it only okay because those people were white? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But then days before said if he had a gun, he would have used it to just shoot a shoplifter, like anybody. Like the kid he's dumb as shit. He's dumb as shit. But people are.
He was all fired up on just bullshit and hype and crap he read on social media, and then you gave him a gun. And you put him in a situation he wasn't trained to handle, and he panicked.
Assault rifle.
They gave those people and he killed them.
Assault rifle. Like the worst was seeing the video where the guy he shot was like in the street asking for help, but people didn't know. They were like lifting his shirt, thought he was shot in the chest, but the guy was shot through the head. Like the kid, he just straight up murdered him.
It's horrifying. It's horrifying. And even he knew he was wrong. He tried to give himself up to the cops. The real villain in this is the police. The police allowed those people in the street with weapons.
Yes.
This open carry, getting concealed permits. You can carry a weapon in Texas now without a permit.
Wow.
This is only going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Where it's going to happen, where the change is going to break back the other way, this pendulum will start swinging back the other way, is when enough people get shot and killed, enough people, innocent people who are not partisan, get swept up into it. I would have thought that school shootings would be enough to get gun control, but they're not.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what the fucking answer is. I'm mystified.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get that shit under control because guns and Bibles.
I think we will because, here's the thing that's really ridiculous, okay? If you wanted to have a revolution against the government, do you think you could have 20 AR-15s in your house? They're not going to come after you if they think you're really dangerous. They're going to cut off your money. They're going to make it so you can't get a job. They're going to make it so you can't travel. They'll put you on no-fly lists. They'll monitor all your stuff, and then at your weakest moment, your most vulnerable moment, they'll come get you and they'll take you out. They'll render you like the CIA does with enemies in foreign cities. They're not the show of SWAT teams showing up with 100 officers to arrest one guy. That's all show to make us all afraid of a police state. The truth is they can nab any of us anytime they want.
Yeah.
And nobody will ever know where we went.
That's
that's the thing. It's all show. You've got to see through the show. Who's benefiting? And the fact is, there's a lot more of us than there are of them. If we ever get our shit together, it's over for them.
I feel like that's what they rely on. Us never getting our shit together. Yeah. And us always fighting each other.
Well, and that's how you know, because there's Fox News.
And
now CNN is just as bad.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's all bad. And we got our phones. We got our phones to distract us all day. We got cat pics.
I love the thing people. Oh, there's chips in the vaccine, and they're gonna follow us. Dude, you carry a fucking phone around. I mean, that's what I love about Charles Barkley said that. He goes, really, these people are afraid of chips, then put your phone away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, those little cable boxes they're watching us through. Yeah, but they're not watching us on our phones. Like,
it always amazes me how we've always been afraid of like Big Brother, but like we are Big Brother. We're filming everything. We're putting it on the internet so everyone can see it. You can't make a mistake out in public because somebody's gonna record it and you're gonna go viral. Like, we are Big Brother.
We want Big Brother. We want to be. We're needy. We need Big Brother.
I love 1984 because the thing about it is that the TV sets watched you, right? They had TV sets and the TV sets watched you, right? No, Vizio builds it in. There's a camera and a microphone in every TV. Vizio, if you don't want to be watched, Vizio and LG, they both have mics and cameras in them, so don't buy them. But yeah, no, Ray-Ban makes those sunglasses. You've seen those now? The
Yes!
Ray-Ban that have the cameras in them and the mic in them?
Yes! Oh.
I don't get it. I mean, the thing that gives me hope about that, though, is you remember when Google Glass came out? The eyeglasses from Google?
Yes, I do.
People got their asses kicked because they wouldn't take them off.
Oh,
and people say, take this off. I don't want you recording my conversation. Oh, I'm not. I don't care. Take them off. And people wouldn't. They literally got their asses beat. And that's why you can't get a Google Glass anymore. Because people literally are getting their asses kicked.
Nice.
So maybe that'll happen to Ray-Ban. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I've just shit-talked so many brands. I'm sure somebody's going to show up with a lawsuit.
Or come with the next brand. They're going to want you to. They're going to want some advice. Like, how do we not do that same shit?
We don't make the mistakes.
Yeah, so I'm going to be like the card counter that the casino hires, right?
Yes.
It's like, how are they cheating us? It's so frustrating. We cheat them all the time. It's not right that they cheat us.
Gotta cheat the cheater.
That's not America.
Oh, Peter, thank you so much, dude. It's been a pleasure, as always, talking to you.
You know, dudes, you guys, no matter what happens, do not ever be strangers. I was around at the genesis of this thing. You guys are stand-up guys. I love you to death. And I just want nothing for the best of any way that I can help you, short of writing a check, of course. Feel free to always, you guys have my number, always get a hold.
Always, we'll always be in touch, and we'll always be grateful that you've talked to us over the years so many times.
Yep. Thank you for the support for so long, for sure.
Yeah. So love to you guys, and be well, and talk to you sometime in the future.
Yes, Peter, do you have a website you want to plug?
Absolutely. www.custom, CUSTOMBPS.com. We help people get into business. We help people stay in business, help people find money to grow and start businesses. So if you're thinking about doing any of those things, we are a champion of mom and pop, the little guy, and the entrepreneur, and we speak your language. So give us a call.
Cool.
You can call me at 800-741-8444.
Awesome. Peter, take care, my friend.
All right, you guys too.
We'll be back in a few minutes with Jeremy from Bell to Bell with Bobby Blaze.